A love that lasts forever. Welcome to Jean and Fabie. Don't forget to subscribe for more captivating stories in English.
The day my life changed. My name is Fabie, and I was just 16 when a twist of fate brought Jean into my life. It was a bright day in Taubaté, Brazil, the kind that felt electric with possibility. I remember walking into school, my heart racing with excitement when I first spotted him. Jean was the new boy, his tousled brown hair dancing in the breeze and his mesmerizing green eyes sparkling with curiosity. He was handsome, yes, but it was his aura of kindness that truly drew me in. The birth of a beautiful friendship. As the weeks passed, Jean became a popular figure in our school. He excelled in soccer, his athleticism making him the star of the team. But for me, it wasn't just about his skills on the field. It was the warmth of his smile that captured my heart. One afternoon, while I was sitting on the grass, I saw him alone, sketching in his notebook. Gathering my courage, I approached him. "Hi, I'm Fabie. Can I sit with you?" He looked up, a bright smile spreading across his face. "Of course, I'm Jean." That moment marked the beginning of something extraordinary. We started spending every free moment together, sharing our dreams, fears, and the little quirks that made us who we were. Our friendship blossomed as we explored the city, indulging in street food and laughing over shared memories. I learned about his passion for soccer and his dream of becoming a professional player, while he became my biggest supporter in my love for writing. Unforgettable moments and laughter. Our bond deepened with every adventure. From lazy afternoons at the park to late-night study sessions, we filled our days with laughter. I still remember one particular evening when we decided to try our hand at cooking together. The kitchen was a chaotic mess of flour and spilled sauce, but our laughter filled the air as we attempted to make pasta. It turned into a food fight, with noodles flying and our faces covered in flour, creating a memory I would cherish forever. We spent countless nights discussing our dreams under the stars, sharing our aspirations and fears as we lay on the grass. "I want to write stories that inspire people," I confessed one night, my heart racing as I spoke. Jean looked at me, his eyes reflecting the starlight. "You will, Fabie. I believe in you." His words gave me strength, and I felt an unbreakable bond forming between us. The magical movie date. One fateful evening, after an exhilarating day at the beach, John turned to me with a serious expression. "Fabie, I've been thinking, how about a movie this weekend?" My heart raced with excitement. "Really? I'd love that." We decided on a romantic comedy, and as the day approached, I could hardly contain my anticipation. The night of the movie arrived, and I dressed carefully, wanting to impress him. As we settled into our seats, I felt a mix of nerves and joy. We laughed heartily throughout the film, and I couldn't help but steal glances at him, noticing how his laughter lit up the entire theater. After the movie, we took a stroll through the park, the moonlight illuminating our path. As we walked hand in hand, I felt as if the world had melted away, leaving just the two of us in our little bubble of happiness. The Heartfelt Confession. One sunny afternoon by the lake, with flowers blooming all around us, I decided it was time to reveal my feelings. "Jean, I need to tell you something," I said, my voice trembling. "I think I'm falling for you." His eyes widened in surprise, then joy. "Fabie, I've been feeling the same way. I love you." In that moment, everything felt perfect. We both burst into laughter, the weight of uncertainty lifting from our hearts. From that day forward, Jean became my boyfriend, and our happiness knew no bounds. Creating a tapestry of memories. The weeks that followed were a whirlwind of joy. We created beautiful memories together, from picnics in the park to exploring art galleries. Each adventure brought us closer, solidifying our bond. One day, Jean surprised me with a picnic for my birthday. complete with all my favorite snacks and a beautifully wrapped gift. When I opened it, I found a delicate heart-shaped bracelet. "This is to remind you that I will always love you," he said, his eyes sparkling with affection. I was overwhelmed with emotion, tears streaming down my face as I realized how lucky I was to have him in my life. Navigating life's challenges. But life isn't without its challenges. One day, during a trivial argument, we said things we didn't mean. The disagreement left us feeling distant and hurt. That night, I cried, regretting the harsh words exchanged. The next day, Jean found me, his expression filled with concern. "Fabie, I'm sorry. I never meant to hurt you." "I'm sorry too," I replied, my heart aching. We hugged tightly, vowing to communicate better and never let misunderstandings come between us again. That moment made us stronger, teaching us the importance of understanding and forgiveness. Embracing new beginnings with grateful heart's love is a journey filled with lessons. I will always cherish my first love, Jean, who taught me about love, friendship, and resilience. While I embrace new beginnings with Julien, I carry Jean in my heart, grateful for every moment we shared. The healing process, rediscovering myself. After the emotional upheaval of losing Jean, I entered a phase of deep introspection. I spent countless hours journaling my feelings, capturing the essence of my experiences with him. Writing became my refuge, a way to express my emotions and process the love we had shared. I filled pages with our adventures, pouring my heart into stories inspired by our time together. Every corner of Taubaté held memories that lingered like shadows. I took long walks in the park, where we had spent so many afternoons, trying to reclaim the joy we had shared while also coming to terms with my new reality. The rustling leaves, the gentle breeze, and the songs of the birds reminded me of our laughter, each sound a sweet echo of the love we once had. New beginnings and unexpected encounters. Months turned into years, and while I carried Jean with me, life offered me new experiences. I enrolled in college, where I met a vibrant group of individuals who enriched my life in ways I hadn't expected. Among them was Aline, a fellow student who quickly became my confidant. She listened patiently to my stories about Jean and encouraged me to embrace new relationships. "It's okay to have room for more than one love in your heart," she would say, her voice filled with wisdom. One sunny afternoon, while studying at a cafe, I noticed a warm smile directed my way. Julien, a fellow literature student, had a contagious laugh that made my heart flutter. We struck up a conversation about our favorite books, and I felt an undeniable connection forming. As we spent more time together, I realized that I could open my heart to love again, but it was a slow and careful journey. The struggles of moving on, facing the past. However, moving on wasn't always smooth. There were nights when memories of Jean invaded my thoughts, and I would pull out the bracelet he had given me, tracing its contours. The ache of nostalgia would wash over me, bringing tears to my eyes. I often wondered if Jean was happy in his new life, and if he had found love again. The thought of him living a fulfilling life brought me comfort, but the pang of our lost love lingered like an old wound. I often reflected on what I had learned from my relationship with Jean. Love was a powerful force that could bring immense joy but also profound heartache. It taught me resilience and the importance of communication. I began to understand that the memories we create are like threads in the fabric of our lives, beautiful yet fragile. Reconnecting with Jean, a journey. Back in time. One day, I decided it was time to reach out to Jean. I found his address from an old letter and mustered the courage to write him a note. "Dear Jean, I hope you are doing well. I often think about you and the memories we shared. I've learned so much from our time together, and I just wanted to say thank you. You will always hold a special place in my heart." To my surprise, a few weeks later, I received a response. Dear Fabie, your letter brought back so many wonderful memories. I'm glad to hear you're doing well. Life has taken me on some amazing adventures, and I hope we can catch up someday. My heart swelled with joy as I read his words. It felt like a chapter of my life had come full circle. The reunion, rediscovering old feelings. A few months later, we arranged to meet in Taubaté, the city where our story had begun. As I stood at the cafe where we used to hang out, anticipation bubbled inside me. The familiar sense of fresh coffee and pastries wafted through the air, and every corner of the cafe reminded me of our shared laughter and conversations. When I saw Jean walk through the door, a wave of nostalgia washed over me. He looked different yet familiar, older perhaps, but still with that same charming smile that made my heart skip a beat. Our eyes locked, and for a moment, time seemed to stand still. We spent hours catching up, sharing stories about our lives, our dreams, and our journeys since that bittersweet goodbye. Jean told me about his travels, how he had explored new cities, tasted exotic foods, and met incredible people along the way. I shared my experiences in college, my writing pursuits, and the new friendships I had forged. It felt as if no time had passed. Our connection remained vibrant and alive. Reflections on love, the wisdom of experience. As we strolled through the park, I reflected on how love shapes us. I realized that while Jean would always be my first love, my heart had room for more. I was grateful for the lessons he had taught me and for the strength I had gained through our experiences. Fabie, Jean said, breaking the comfortable silence, I'm so glad we met again. Our time together was special, and I'll always cherish it. I nodded, feeling warmth spread through me. Me too, Jean. You taught me so much about love and friendship. We spent the rest of the day reminiscing about our favorite moments, our goofy adventures, the late-night conversations, and the dreams we had shared. Each memory felt like a thread, weaving our past into a beautiful tapestry of experiences. Embracing the future. A new chapter begins. As I returned home that evening, I felt a sense of closure and peace. I had reconnected with a part of my past, while also embracing the present and the future with Julian. My heart was a mosaic of experiences, filled with the colors of love, joy, and growth. I realized that love is not linear. It's a beautiful journey that can encompass multiple chapters. Each love adds depth to our lives, enriching our experiences and shaping who we are. I was grateful for the love I had shared with Jean and excited for the new memories I was creating with Julian.
Thank you for joining us on this journey. If you enjoyed this story and want to hear more, make sure to subscribe to Jean et Fabie for more exciting tales and adventures. Your support means the world to us. Remember, love is a beautiful journey. Embrace every moment.